Hi, I'm Stacey Johnson here today with Railyard Fitness. We've gone over some different exercises that you can do on the Railyard whole obstacle course without using any equipment. But today I'm going to show you the Railyard with our rounded side up using some popular pieces of equipment that we're using every day now in the gym. Railyard is going to put us on an elevated surface. Therefore, it's going to increase the difficulty of all of these exercises that we're going to do. We're going to add stability into each one of the different movements, making them more unstable, therefore again increasing the difficulty level, as well as it's going to allow us to move both laterally and sagittally. It's going to increase the unstable surface on the ankle, therefore really making our bodies have to grab a hold as we move forward and backward or side to side. Today we're going to be using this rounded surface up on the Railyard, which everything else is going to increase the difficulty with that rounded side up. If I wanted to make it a little bit easier, I could put that flat side down, and then it's going to be a lot easier for my client. But still working with an elevated surface puts our entire mind-body into a connection that you don't get when we do these exercises simply on the ground. Today, we're going to use a ViPR. I've got a 6-kilogram ViPR here. We're going to use a Kettle Bell, and we're going to use a 10-pound Sandbell. All these pieces of equipment are very popular that we're using in the gym and with our clients every day. I'm going to be right back and I'm going to share these exercises with you. The first exercise we're going to go through is a forward lunge. We're going to use our kettlebell today. So I'm going to do a pass under with the kettlebell underneath my lead leg. So as I step forward onto the rail, bending down, I want to try to keep that torso nice and high as I'm coming down. Now if I want to get fancy with it, I can do a pass around the body. If I really want to add difficulty into this exercise, I can try to go backwards with the exercise. So as I go down into my lunge, I'm doing a rear lunge. Really takes a lot of balance, as you can see, a lot of stability, going back and forth, lowering myself down. I still want to try to keep that torso nice and high, and then I can get fancy again and go around the world with that lunge. I'm going to come right back. We're going to go with the ViPR next. We're back now using one of the hottest pieces of equipment on the market today. We're going to use a 6-kilogram ViPR. This one's the red ViPR. We're going to go with a thread the needle, which is one of a very popular exercise that we can use with the ViPR. So from here to here, we're just going to do a squat down with a rotation, getting some rotation going on in the arms. I can make this exercise a little more difficult by threading that ViPR through the legs, hence the name thread the needle, or I can even go below parallel here with the ViPR. Keeping it in close to my body makes it easier. Bringing it out further makes the exercise harder. Bringing it all the way up over my head makes it harder yet, because that throws my body backwards, really challenging my balance. As I'm moving side to side laterally on our rail, it's challenging me going in that forward-backward plane as I bring that ViPR up and overhead. We're going to be right back now with another exercise using our tubing. We've added some resistance tubing in with our exercise selection today. So today we're going to use the Railyard Serious Fitness handles. They're going to add a lot more instability now into the joint as we work with different lever arms here. First exercise that I'm going to show you with our tubing is going to be a forward lunge. So again, I'm going to use the Railyard to move forward with this into a push. So I've added that push movement going on. So from here to here, as I go forward, it's going to get a little bit harder as I press, but with each step I take forward, I want to keep that body nice and upright. As I do that push, it gets a little bit harder and a little bit harder, a little more unstable. And then I can flip around and I can go back and I can do a pull with this. So here to here, as I go forward into my lunge, and I do a pull this way. As I get closer to it, it becomes a lot easier. I can also drop one of the tubes and I can do some rotational movements with this. So if I'm here to here, I come out, step aside, come out further, really getting that rotation. Again, the closer I get to my tube, the easier the exercise is. The further away I get, the more resistance I'm going to get on the tube. But I also have to stabilize my entire body as I'm going forward and backward on the rail. We'll be right back and I'll share with you one more exercise. All right, the last exercise that we're going to do, we're going to work with our Sandbell this time. So this guy we got to get a little crazy with, and we're going to start slamming him down, but I'm also going to add some plyometric hops into it as, again, I'm going to move forward and backward. So I'm going to get a lot of rotation going on in my upper body, but I'm also going to get a lot of plyometric drill as I'm jumping up and down off of the rail yard. So this guy, I slam down, hop down, pick him back. And then I can make it more difficult by going backwards. Now your clients really like to do exercises like that. Gives them a chance to slam something down. I'm working my lats, I'm working my core, I'm working my legs, and as you can see, I'm working my heart rate. So get a lot of cardio going on, a lot of high intensity interval training with this one. We'll be right back to wrap things up. So today we've gone over several different exercises now using some popular pieces of equipment like our ViPR, our resistance tubing with the new straps and handles that we have. We've got our Sandbell as well as a Kettle Bell. If you haven't checked out yet all the other exercises that we've done just using body weight on the rail yard, please be sure to check them out. Otherwise, visit us online at railyardfitness.com. Make sure you like us on Facebook as well as follow us on Twitter. We'll see you next time.